more vitamins and nutrients and antioxidants than there ever were, that didn't exist in the small tiger grass. So he created this plant called giant tiger grass. And what I love is because I'm a real natural organic kind of gal, he did it without using any sort of genetic modification or weird, sprays or pesticides or anything like that. And then the other piece that we have that nobody else has is this nanoliposomal technology. So they took the extract of the tiger grass and the energy water, and they ran it through something called a microfluidizer that makes tiny little molecules that penetrate into deeper layers of the skin. And that's really kind of our secret sauce that provides all of the results. So I'm gonna take it over to the next slide. And this is another one of our amazing videos. Let's go to the lab and see how all this magic happens.
Here in the Inselderm Byungpool lab, we work with elements provided by nature. Among the many gifts of nature, the Earth's energy provides a capacity to purify. That capacity is enriched in the plant Centella asiatica, also known as Byungpool in Korea. The size of the leaf, the direction of the root, soil temperature, and cultivation method. Every aspect is analyzed. The plants are grown for 45 days until they brim with life's energy. Only freshly harvested Korean Byungpool plants are used as ingredients for Inselderm. Another key ingredient is the pristine lava seawater from Jeju Island. For over 400,000 years, the volcanic rock beds of Jeju have borne the ocean's energy, instilled into its deep waters. That water is infused at the optimal temperature of 80 degrees Celsius for 20 hours to slowly and gently extract the essential fluids from the Byungpool leaves. Those fluids are at the core of the brightening and purifying energy delivered by Inselderm. We present to you Byungpool Energy Fluid. Our hypoallergenic fluid boosts the skin cell regeneration cycle by providing optimal benefits with the Booster Serum Booster Ritual. The booster opens the way for moisture to enter and awaken the skin's radiance. Then, the serum aligns the skin barrier to enhance the glow. And the final layer of booster ingrains glow and resilience deep into your skin. With this routine, your skin will gain the glow-lifting effects. Radiate the glow of youth from deep inside your skin cells with Inselderm.
One of our leaders here said that that's the video that she always sends out. That's a great video to send to people, absolutely, to show what we're doing here. So listen, we have two in the skincare line. We have two product lines. The first is the OG, the original. It is the EX line. This is where most people start. I would say 90% of the before and after pictures that you see are of this EX line, and that's the top with the black lids. And then on the bottom, we have our professional grade, cosmeceutical grade, the Radazone 100 line. That's a great place to start if you have drier skin or more mature skin, but they're both premium skincare lines. What I love is that these ingredients are fantastic. So they have banned at this company over 3,000 ingredients that are heavily in use in cosmetics in the US. and they adhere to European formulation standards. They're just stricter with their formulation standards in South Korea and in Europe. So we get the benefit of that. And we're going to go to the next slide. All right, let's talk about some of our miraculous other products. You know, most companies have one hero product and they build an entire line around it. Here, we have multiple hero products. So let's talk about our hair care. It's made with something called desert algae. And this is an algae, interestingly enough, that grows in the desert under very harsh conditions. And clinical studies on this hair care in South Korea has shown that it helps to make your hair thicker, fuller, maybe some hair regrowth. We don't claim that here in the US, but you know, you can kind of extrapolate, like hair is hair, right? And people are people. So if it works in one country, it may potentially work in another country. Let's just put it that way. And then we have this wonderful body care. So this is skincare for your body with hyaluronic acid and collagen. And listen, I didn't even know what hyaluronic acid was. So if you have to look it up, but it's something that is found in young, healthy skin in abundance. And this just restores that. And we had a gal today on the team saying, oh my gosh, she was so excited. We have a big convention coming up and she was going to wear a short skirt without like tights or anything, because she's like so proud of her legs and she hasn't done that in years. So if you have crepey skin or cellulite, or if you're dealing with anything like that, give this a try. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Let's go to the next slide. And then our supplement line. So my favorite product is actually the Deep Talk Plus. This helps to heal your gut. It kind of gently detoxifies you. It's got all these amazing ingredients. One ingredient that they don't talk about here is aloe vera, which has been shown to help restore the lining of your gut. And you know, your immune system is located in your gut. So very cool product. And then the collagen ampule. This is a collagen that you take. And there are many different types of collagen found in the body, but this is a type 1 collagen, which is the most beneficial for hair, skin, and nails. And our formulator is always doing really cool things. And he just added glutathione, selenium. There's also hyaluronic acid in there. We talked about that earlier. It tastes great. It's great for your immune system. It's great for your skin. It's like both of these products are about beauty from the inside out. Next slide, please. All right, coming soon. So this came, it went like that. I don't know. I think it did sell out in an hour or 45 minutes or something crazy, but this is an experience kit. So this is the ultimate ritual experience kit. So before we just had the one with the EX line. So this is going to give you the EX line and the Radazone 100 line. A super way to try the product. These are travel sizes. They're great to take with you on the go. And they're an excellent way for somebody to experience our products. Because, you know, people, you know, they like to try a little bit before they buy, but this is plenty of time for people to get some really good results. And next slide, please. All right, next slide. Is this the time to pull up our friend Michelle? Yes, it is. And I just point out to everybody too, like this is a script. So you don't need to know all this stuff to do this business. You need to know how to read at a 3rd grade level. Okay. So just putting that out there. All right. So let's bring up our friend Michelle. Michelle Madison is a remarkable direct seller. So when you look at people like Michelle, she went to the top of an entire compensation plan. So for those of you in the industry, you know what that means. That's pretty remarkable. If you're new to the industry, don't even worry about it. But just know that when big leaders like Michelle take a look at an opportunity like that, like this, like us, Riman, that is another clue to success, because as I mentioned, success leaves clues. So Michelle is going to tell us a little bit about her Riman story. Thanks for being on, my friend. Oh, unmute. There you go.
It wasn't allowing me initially. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. So I have been in the direct selling industry for, let's just say it's probably been a few decades.
Since
I started when I was 8. Yeah. And quite frankly, I was pretty burned out on the industry when I found this opportunity because somebody, Dr. Rimka, had posted about it. And I might have chased her down to find out more simply because of the results that she had immediately with the skincare. And that got me excited because at 52 years old, yeah, 52, I've got 6 grandkids. I know, right? I have had some dry skin issues. I was definitely starting to feel my age, and that was what initially drew me in. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do anything with this, but it's only $20 to be an affiliate, so why not? And best decision I ever made, first of all. Um, I didn't even get to try my product initially. My bestie happened to be in town and she's an esthetician of 25 years. So I let her give it a try. And she came out of our guest suite going, "What is this?" And so I got really excited because having her buy-in was a big deal to me. So definitely felt a difference immediately in my skin. The texture was so silky smooth and soft. I loved that. And I will say, make sure you take before and afters because it can be subtle changes. Like I felt different, but when I compared my about 6-week photos, I was like, well, that doesn't really look that different. But when you zoom in, you see differences. So take the pictures and you don't have to show them to anybody until you're proud of them. Okay. So that's the skincare in a nutshell for me has been amazing. Now, I want to talk about that hair care, and I did see a question about it with regards to hair color. So I do color my hair. I do have some little silvery hairs popping through, and it has been so gentle and it doesn't strip the color. My color lasts longer, so I'll say that much about it. But more remarkably for me was that I was someone who dealt with scalp psoriasis. And if you have dealt with that or have somebody in your life who does, it is terrible. And you always want to hide your scalp. And, sometimes it's red and inflamed and yeah, just miserable. I don't have any trace of it. And it's something I've been dealing with for many years. So the hair care is nothing to ignore. Please, please take a look at that. That being said, when you feel good, you look good. And yes, I said that direction. Yes, when you look good, you feel good. But when you feel good, you look good. So this skincare line will give you a beautiful physical glow. But when you feel good, you glow from the inside and you have so much more confidence. And well, I'm getting goosies right now talking about this because it makes a difference. And when somebody feels confident, they feel like they can take on the world. So one of my goals has always been to make a positive, lasting impact on the people that I come into contact with. I'm so excited about everything Riman has to offer because the skincare will give you confidence, and that's going to make a lasting impact on people. The other thing is, if you're looking for an opportunity, this opportunity is something you need to dive deep into because it is incredible, and that can make a lasting impact for you and others around you. So I want to say, if you're considering this as an opportunity for yourself, just know that this team, there's multiple 7+ figure earners on it. The mentorship is amazing. You will find that they're going to be supportive and caring, not just the leaders, but the team, supportive and caring. You're going to be uplifted. You're going to feel that you're encouraged and empowered to go out and do the same, help others, and make a positive, lasting impact. So thank you for having me. This was great.
Oh my gosh, Michelle, that was amazing. And you're so right about the community. I mean, this team, this is the team to be on right here. Trust me on that, folks. And speaking of this team, we have the leader of the entire team here tonight, Mr. Tim Herr. So I'm going to brag on Tim for a little bit because I know he won't do it about himself. Tim is, when you talk about multiple 7-figure earner, let's talk about multiple 7-figure earners. But the thing that I think is so cool about Tim is his organization within his years of direct sales. And he literally did start when he was about 10, not really, he was 17, but he has done over $1 billion in sales. You guys, that's remarkable. I've never, in all my years in this industry, I've never met anyone who has done over $1 billion in sales. So, and he is just the coolest guy and such a good human, good heart, amazing leader. So, now Tim, you got to go live up to that. Good luck to you. But thanks, Tim. I'm going to turn it over.
Wow, I can't believe this call. How am I going to go after you guys, man? Jen, you are on fire. Michelle, what is happening right now? I mean, I can't believe you guys are going to say in your age. I'm like, there's no way. Man, if I say my age, you're going to be like, everyone will be like, oh, yeah. Man, but I'm delighted to be able to be with everybody today. What an honor to be able to be with this great, amazing group of people. I'm just so fired up and excited. I want to apologize in advance because I will probably get excited. I try to tone it down. Sometimes my passion comes through a little bit too much. So probably many of you could realize why. It's like when I got involved in this industry, it was back, about 30 years ago. And, I was in high school struggling. I wasn't going to graduate. I knew that. That wasn't even a thought in my mind of graduating. And I was just scared about my future. I came from a real poor family, been living on my own since I was like 13 years old. We moved from California to Indiana when I was young, and we were homeless, living in the back of a car, living in motels, growing up on, government programs. And I moved out on my own when I was like 13. So I never dreamt that I would be able to be successful financially. This industry was just, it's just a blessing to me. My phone rang and my brother-in-law was like, hey, I found a way for us to make some serious money. We should probably take a look at it. I'm like, you better believe it. And I came and I saw the information very similar to what you're going to see tonight. And they said, they'll help me. And I'm like, what? These successful people are going to help a guy like me? I mean, is this really going to happen? And I'm like, I got nothing to lose and everything to gain, So I said, let's do it. I got started and didn't know what I was doing. They just taught me how to share. And next thing you know, my first year, in high school, my senior year, made $147,686.33, part-time in this industry. I was like, this is awesome. Like, you can just share and make money. So I've been blessed to be in this industry for the last 30 years and helped a lot of people become successful financially. I've helped, I've individually sponsored over 25 people in my career to make over 100,000 a month in this industry. So there's a big opportunity here for you guys that are looking at this. I know that most of you guys couldn't even dream of making that type of money. I didn't even want to make that type of money when I got started. I remember saying, if I could make $1,000 a month, I'd be pumped. That was literally all I got started to do. And once I made 1,000, I said, why not make 5? And then I got to 5. I said, why not make 10? And it just started to happen. So just realize we have a really amazing training in place, and we'll share with you how to become successful in a short period of time. But I'm going to be real brief tonight. I mean, Jen just did an awesome job of really outlining the fact why Riman is so, so exciting. This company right now is growing like wildfire through a dry brush field. Literally, it's growing like wildfire. And the reason being is not because we're like superstars. It's literally the products. What I love the most about the Riman opportunity is all we've got to do is just add skin. Like, we're talking about all we got to do is get the products on people's face, and they're going to be blown away. And I've never seen something that's so amazing like that. I got started in the skincare business about 16 years ago. So I've been around skincare for quite some time. I love the industry. I will never do anything about skincare. I just love it. It's just absolutely, it's just so exciting to be able to be a part of, just an amazing product that's really life-changing. And I really do mean that. I mean, when you can knock 5 years off somebody's face, like, what? If I can knock 5 years off your face in 5 days, would you be interested in trying the products out? And everybody says, why would I not? And sure enough, everybody's like blown away by the results they get. So I'll just real quickly share with you how we make money and why it's so exciting. And if it makes sense to you tonight, we'll invite you to take advantage of it. If it doesn't make sense to you, maybe try the products out, and just see how you like it from there. So we're just going to inform you really on the information, and tonight really share with you enough information for you to be able to make really an educated decision if Riman can help change you and your family's financial future. And tonight, you taking up your time, and obviously your buddy that invited you on, your buddy taking up their time, just let them know yes or no. I'm sure everybody would probably agree with me that, maybe, or think about it. It's just a nice way of saying no. So we'll just be real brief and just share this with you. And this information makes the same sense to you like it did to me when I looked at it for the first time. But basically, this is my before and after. So remember, I was selling skincare for 15 years and I was looking that bad. So I started using the Riman product, and it literally was, I can't even believe what it did for my skin. It's just like, wow, and the products absolutely work. There's no debating it. And the results are absolutely phenomenal. Everybody agrees, nobody disagrees. They try the products, the results are there. And to me, that's the most important element, right? If you've got an amazing product, you've got an opportunity attached to, and that's what we've got here. So obviously everybody knows how traditional supply chain works. When Chairman On formulated this product, he wanted to be able to make a product because he looked at his daughter and saw her flawless skin, his young daughter, and he goes, man, I would love to be able to have everybody have a chance to be able to have skin like that. So when he put together this product, that's what he had in mind. And be able to create his own plant and to be able to put together his own smart farm where he grows the products and controls the environment and helps everybody really get the best products, then microfluidizes it on top of that. He realized that he couldn't take this product and do anything other than, bring it to market. Because if you make a product and you send it to distributors, you mark it up, and then they send it to wholesalers, mark it up, and then obviously retailers mark it up. And by the time it gets to customers, it's been marked up so many times, it's out of reach of most, normal people. So what he said is, what would happen if we put together this product, allow people like you and I to share it with people that we know, and guess what? We could benefit financially from it. And the customer could get a loyal customer, but more importantly, they could keep the costs low. And that's the thing that everybody loves about our products, is how much it is. I mean, you're looking at some of the most affordable luxury products literally in the skincare world. There's not and I will take my product against any product any day, because I know that no one else is microfluidizing their products. So it's just sitting on their skin. Ours is going in. And I tell people, we don't have skincare, we have skin repair, because that's literally what it is. So just think about people that you know that have skin. Okay. And maybe some of you might know people with skin like I did. And I was like, sure, I know a lot of people with skin. And they said, would you want to offer a great product to them if you knew that it worked? And I'm like, you better believe it. Like, if I had a product that I knew was going to knock 5 years off my sister's face, would I share it with her? Would I let my aunt, knock 5 or 10 years off of her face? Of course. So it just naturally, it's the thing that you want to do. So a lot of times people think, well, do I really want to do this? And the fact of the matter is, we do this anyways. When I was 7 years old, I used to play with G.I. Joes. And when I would play with a G.I. Joe, I'd show my friend, and he's like, oh my God, you got Storm Shadow. Where'd you get him at? I'm like, oh, KB Toys. So then he goes to the mall, goes to KB Toys, and he buys it, and I don't get paid by Mattel, right? And we've always done this, right? When you were kids, it was toys. Maybe some of you guys were video game era. People play with, video games. They go to a great restaurant, you see a good, a Netflix show that you like. There's something that we do is we share as human beings. So why not get compensated and rewarded for something that you're doing anyways, right? So imagine you knew somebody that was in the skincare world. Maybe you knew somebody that was a med spa owner. Maybe you knew somebody that was an esthetician. Imagine having them offer these products inside their store. We're having so much success doing that because most retail shop owners, they want to be able to offer the best products on the planet to their customers. And when they see the Riman products, they agree these are the best products. Online channel, it's a new way of doing business for me. I'm kind of old school. So I'm seeing these people that are creating videos and making reels and doing this. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. But maybe, you create for your, usually like you think, hey man, I got to be like I'm one of the Kardashians with 1 million followers to make money online. But that's not the case anymore. People that have 500-600 friends on Facebook posting something and making sales, that's just so awesome, because sharing it on that platform can really generate a lot of income for you financially. Customers get rewards, they win, they get reward points. So let's talk a little bit about, let's say you got 10 customers a day. 10 customers a week, or 10 customers a month, not even 10 customers a year, just 10 customers a month. Maybe that's all you did. You got 10 new customers a month that every month were buying from you. And after 12 months of accruing this customer base, imagine they were all spending on average 250 bonus points, which is right around $300, a little under $300 worth of products a month. And let's say you're at 40%, because you're going to earn 10 to 40% on any products that you promote. And as you get up and doing that type of volume, you'd be unlocking that 40%. You'd be about $12,000 a month residual income. Now, let me ask you a question. If you had $12,000 a month coming in right now, how many of your problems would go away? Right. And I know some of you are like $12,000 a month. That's just out of control, Tim. I don't want to make that type of money. Then scale back your efforts, right? Let's say that you only introduced a product to 5 brand new customers, and every month they were, doing the same exact, in the same equation, you're at 6,000 a month. But if you enroll 0 customers a month, obviously financially, you're not going to benefit from that. So realize it's a customer acquisition company. And let's talk about how you can move up from 10 to 40%, how this works. So when you first get started, you're a planner. Super simple, right? You're going to get a lot of support, a lot of training, a lot of people helping you learn how the back office works, how you can offer, how you can get your customer links, how to enroll customers, how all that works, right? So when you first get in, everybody else is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting for you at the beginning. But as soon as you get the hang of it and you've got a couple sales, maybe if you want, you can share this business with other people. They can get started. You can get an override on what they do. Once you do a good job, you're going to become a manager. The main reason why people want to become a manager right now on our team is because getting mentoring by Larry and Taylor Thompson. They've made close to $200 million in this industry. Okay, they've helped so many countless amounts of people become millionaires. And they've been personally mentoring me now for the last 8 months. And a few months ago, we said, hey, would you guys be open to doing a little focus group for people that become managers to show them how they could really take their business to the next level? So when you become a manager, you actually get access to the focus group where you get next level mentoring. You're talking about the best coaching and insight you could possibly imagine. So everybody, when they get started, they go, man, I want to be a manager so I can be able to qualify for the focus group. So when you become a manager, now you're getting rewarded more money financially for doing what you're already doing, which is sharing the opportunity, sharing the products, right? And then when you become a senior manager by simply sharing, right, allowing people to participate in using our products, right, allowing people to participate in earning money, sharing our products, you can become a senior manager. And now you get, guess what? Even more money. You get more rewards. And then as you become a really successful at sharing, maybe it takes you a year, maybe it takes you 2 years to become a team leader, but it'll be worth it because now you're unlocking substantial income. Okay, team leaders can unlock a lot of money for people that are really excited about sharing. So I'm going to give you an example as a team leader. Let's say for the month you had 250 open line planners get started on your team. And let's say that they acquired 10 customers that month at 250 bonus points, right? And if you had 250 planners doing that job, if you're at a 15% average, you'd be about right at $90,000 for the month. And I show you guys that number. When I looked at this, I said to myself, 90,000 a month, you know, is that really possible? And it took us about 6-7 months to get our income up past 90,000 a month. So it's definitely possible and doable. And all you got to do is share, right? So imagine that you didn't do such a great job. You didn't want to share that much, and you only shared it with 25 people on your team that month that were open line planners that got 10 customers. You're still at 9,000 a month. So what's important is not 9,000 or 90,000. What's important is what percentage of that number would you like to make over the next, what if it took you 2 years? Would it be worth it? What if it took you 3 years to get to 9,000 a month? Would it be worth it? The answer to me when I got started in this industry was absolutely, because I didn't see an opportunity for me to be able to create residual income working at a go-kart track. You guys see? I wasn't like, man, you know what? I don't see a lot of people at the go-kart track that I worked at making 90,000 a month. So I thought, why not me, right? So I got started in this industry and it's worked out tremendously well. When I saw the Riman opportunity, I was blown away. Why? Because the products. When the products can do all the heavy lifting for you, you don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to work an insane amount because the products are always working. The products are always, somebody the other day, I was talking to him and he goes, I want to do this, but I don't have a lot of time. I said, great. Because the products will do the work all the time. The products literally are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As soon as somebody puts them on their skin, bam, the products go to work to make you money. So that's why I love the fact that our products are the next level products. I've never seen products like it in my life. So obviously, if you have 250 planners get started, they don't get any customers, we're not going to benefit financially. It's all about customer acquisition. So when you first get started, you got to be thinking to yourself, how do I win? How do I how do I get started the right way? This is something I want to do. I know people with skin. I know people that I like to share this with. So when you get started, there's different packages, right? The first package is kind of like the toe in the water package. It's called the X-Line Starter Kit. It's for that person that just wants to make an extra $50-100 a month, maybe take their kids to Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. They get started with this package, right? Now, if you want to make more money, obviously you want to be equipped and get more products, right? So there's different packages available. This package is a great package, right? For the toe in the water person. If you're a little bit more serious, this package comes with obviously a lot more of the products that you need, right? To be able to build your business. Now you've got obviously, you know, the melting sheet, everybody falls in love with that. More importantly, you got the nutrition, basically setting yourself up for massive success. This is the Starter Kit Plus. And a lot of times when people get started with that baby set, they actually upgrade and they'll get the Starter Kit Plus or the Starter Kit Premium because they realize, wait a second, I need to get my hands on these. So in the first 30 days, you're actually allowed to buy as many of these starter kits as you want. So a lot of times people upgrade right away when they see the big picture of what's possible with the Riman and the Riman opportunity. This is the biggest set, right? This is the set that I got. Actually, I think we got 4 of them when we first got started because I want to have products on hand. So when people got started, I could give them products and they didn't have to wait a couple of days for shipping. This product package was the best investment that I ever made. And it really set me up for massive success. But get started. These are the 3 sets in the US. Get started wherever you feel confident. Don't get started where you don't feel comfortable or confident. If getting started this Starter Kit Premium, making that big of a commitment, you know, maybe you're like, Tim, I don't want to make a lot of money like you and Jen, you know, Michelle, I don't want to make a lot of money. I just want to kind of, you know, basically test the waters out. Maybe get the Starter Kit Plus or the smaller set. In Canada, it's the same type of situation. The Canadian currency is a little bit different there. But obviously the Starter Kit, they have the X-Line Starter Kit Plus as well in Canada. A lot of people get excited about that. And obviously the most obviously popular package without question is obviously the Starter Kit Premium. That's the starter set that most people get the most excited about. So there's different sets available, obviously in Canada as well. Very similar to what we do, obviously in the US. Pick the pack that's best for you. I always tell people when you get started, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's one, pick one package right away to get started. Number two, is you want to start sharing the products, with people, twice a week, right? Whether it be getting people on a Zoom, getting people in the home information, and make sure you're at least showing it to 3 people each time, and do that consistently for 4 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll be able to unlock massive success following the proven plan of action, right? Director position. How do you do that? Just share. I mean, literally, we've got, I think we've got 13 or 14 people that have hit the director position on our team. And the one common denominator that runs through all of them is they really love sharing, right? If you love sharing and you want to help people look the best that they can possibly look, and help people being in a position to win financially, the director position is available for you. The senior director, same thing. National director is the top spot in the program. I'm not going to talk about these different levels. Just know they're available, and they're available to anybody that wants to work for them. That's what I love about it. It's not based upon anything other than you do the work, you get the raise, right? It doesn't make a difference how good looking you are. Obviously, it doesn't matter how ugly you are, because I'm ugly, and boom. You know what? I've been able to, I do really well financially. So you don't have to be amazing. All you got to do is just share, and you'll do really well with this opportunity. They have a match program where you help people make money, you make more money. I like to show that to new people that are looking at Riman for the first time, because when you get started, you got to be thinking, is someone going to want to help me? And this is obviously, we get compensated and rewarded to help people earn as much as they can. So the timing is right. This is the focus group. The next focus group will be next Monday, the 9th. If you hit manager by then, you can qualify to take advantage of this and get mentoring by Larry Thompson, Taylor Thompson, some of the top all-time engineers in this entire profession. And then obviously Thursday, we've got an amazing Zoom with brand newly promoted National Director Steve Hyun and Tracy Zimmer out of Canada, powerhouse. They're going to be doing an overview Thursday. So tomorrow night, if you've got somebody you want to introduce, guess what? They'll do the work for you. You invite, okay? You bring people to the Zoom. They speak, your friends decide. I love that concept. You bring, we'll speak, they decide. And then Friday, everybody's buzzing about Friday's training. Susan Manuela, Senior Director, David Yanamine Jr., Director. These two are going to be doing an amazing training on really how to create massive momentum that's going to be available for you if you get a chance to be able to get started here today. And I just love the fact that it's so simple. It's so duplicatable. All you got to do is just take action. We've got a major event coming up, obviously September 14th and 15th in Irvine. This is what the excitement and the buzz is about. If you're getting started today in Riman, you literally couldn't be getting started at a better time. Because if you get started and you come to this event will put you 6 months ahead of everybody else that can't go. So literally this event will set you up for massive success. It's going to be happening the 14th and 15th in Irvine. Make sure you find out more information about that. And tonight, I just wanted to just share with you enough information, for you to be able to make a decision in your mind and your heart. I can just tell you this, that, this is going to be an amazing ride. Over the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be so many people's lives that are going to be changed financially. So many people are going to be 5 years. Imagine getting on this call 5 years and how young we're all going to be looking. We're gonna, like literally, everybody's going to start getting ID'd again, right? Everywhere they go. But I can just let you know that, it's going to be so fun over the next 5 years to build this company. Next 10 years, literally, there's going to be such an amazing amount of success that's going to be created by the people that take action and get started. So the timing is right. The timing is now. I'll just share with you a real quick story, as I close out. But actually, this story dates back to quite some time ago. Many years ago, back in Anaheim, California, I saw this interview of a gentleman by the name of Art Linkletter. Probably some of you are familiar with Art Linkletter. Had a lot of, success, obviously, in Hollywood. And they asked him, they said, what was the most pivotal, the most defining moment in your life? And he said, many years ago, a friend of mine invited me out to Anaheim, California. And he goes, back in those days, Anaheim wasn't what we know of it is now. He goes, back then there was just orange grove, strawberry fields. But he told his friend, he goes, I don't have time to go out there. That's ridiculous. But his friend kept calling him, and incessantly. And finally said, look, I'll come out there. I got some time this next Sunday coming up. My wife's probably going to be mad at me, but I'll come out there and I'll meet with you. And he drove all the way out to Anaheim, California on a Sunday afternoon. He said he was so furious the whole way that he was taking time away from his family to drive out there. And he was living in Hollywood at the time. And he said he was following these instructions, past an orange grove, past the strawberry field. And then he finally saw a bunch of bulldozers and big dump trucks. So he said, this must be it. So he got out of he shut the door to his car, and he got out of his car and shut the door to the car. And his friend came out behind a big bulldozer. He said, man, you're here. And his friend had unbelievable amount of enthusiasm. He goes, I've never seen my friend so excited. And he says, for 4 hours, we walked from that plowed out orange grove for 4 hours walking around this place. And his friend's name was Walt, right? And Walt was painting a picture of a place called Disneyland that was going to be created. And the entire time, Art said, he goes, I was thinking to myself, my friend Walt has lost his mind. He's going to build an amusement park in the middle of an orange grove. Like, that's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, right? And they got out to the back of the field, which is now like California Adventure. And he turned to him and he said, I know why you brought me out here. And Walt said, why? And Art said, well, because you ran out of funding. So he pulled his checkbook out and he said, Walt, how much money do you need? And Walt looked back at him. He started laughing. He says, it's all financed. Everything's syndicated. I have a contract with ABC. They're building this thing. He goes, I have to, every Sunday, I've got to do this Wonderful World of Disney for ABC. And they're putting all the money up. It's all done. He said, put your checkbook away. And he put his checkbook away. He goes, then why did you bring me out here? I'm confused, right? And Walt said, well, the reason why I brought you out here is because I love you. He goes, I care about your family. And he goes, right now, he goes, the orange grove over there in that strawberry field right now, it costs pennies. He goes, that property is going to be worth millions and millions of dollars. And I want your family to be able to get your hands on it before anybody else. And Art had a sigh of relief that his friend didn't want him to invest in this crazy idea called Disneyland. And he said he walked back to his car. He said he declined the offer and walked back to his car. And he said that was the most defining moment in his life. He says a few years later, his phone rang whenever the ribbon cutting ceremony was happening. And Walt invited him out, to be the spokesperson with Ronald Reagan. And Ronald Reagan, and Art Linkletter were the spokespeople for the ribbon cutting ceremonies on ABC. And the entire time, Art had to smile. And his job was to smile and talk about how excited he was about Disneyland. He just realized at that moment he had missed out on a fortune. And he said, probably about 20 years later, he goes, I went back and I tried to retrace my steps to the best that I possibly could. And he goes, I can't exactly tell where I was, but he goes, to the best of my ability, it cost me a lot of money walking back to that car. And the interviewer asked him, he said, how much do you think it cost you? And he goes, it cost me $1 million. And the interview said, man, $1 million walking back to your car. He said, no, $1 million a step. And I tell you guys that story because on February 15th of 1996, I got started in the business. And there hasn't been a day that goes by that I don't think back to how much it would have cost me if I would have missed out. The lifestyle that my family's been able to have because of this industry and how many lives I've been able to touch, you guys, I could never have imagined that. But it was because of the decision that I made almost 30 years ago. And I promise you tonight, some of you are going to make a decision. And some of you are going to get started and you're going to stay excited for about 30 minutes. You're going to stay excited for about 30 days. Some of you will stay excited for 3 months. But some of you guys will stay excited until your life changes. And I can promise you, if that's you, you couldn't be in a better place with people that care about you and your success. So I invite you to get started tonight. I appreciate everybody's time. God bless each and every one of you. Thursday night, we got an amazing call planned out. If you've got somebody, feel free to bring them on out. We're going to make it happen. God bless you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a great evening, everybody.